Heavy winds and rain battered the shore along parts of Myrtle Beach Saturday. Hurricane Matthew showing no mercy to piers up and down the coast, including this one.
Heavy-duty aluminum, that's about half-inch thick aluminum.
Hours after the worst of the storm rolled through, general manager of the DoubleTree in front of the Spring-Made Pier, Michael Fritz, was surveying the damage.
When you live on the coast, things like this happen, and you have to be pretty resilient. It's actually the third time that it's been washed away by hurricanes, and we've rebuilt it each time. It's kind of an icon in the city.
An icon so important, Fritz said, as soon as he saw the pier begin to crumble into the ocean.
And we're here to remember what Jesus did for us over 2,000 years ago, to bring reconciliation to a world that is hurting and in despair. And so we're here to bring an awareness of the Christian community that we're all together in this. This is a great community of Kingsport, and we're just here to come together from all denominations, from all walks of life. We want to take this part of the community back so that our friends who are elderly, who live here, will not be afraid to come and claim this place as their own.
And in your power, we claim it, and we claim it for Jesus.
Yeah. With one mind and one mouth, glorify the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Everything that we can do here to bring a little bit of light and a little bit of joy into this part of the city, then it will radiate out into the rest.
I think it hit home just when we drove through right there. Like I said, I read the reports. I came through earlier this morning, and I really couldn't see as much as we saw right there.
How the 800-acre fire in Mendota started is still under investigation. State and local firefighters on the front line hope this is a reminder. What's happening in Mendota can happen anywhere.
But crews say a fire here in the Tri-Cities region should be 100% contained soon. We told you last night a fire in Roan Mountain in the Tiger Creek community had burned 60 acres in just a matter of hours. But last night's rain gave firefighters a much-needed break.
Driver's ed course on steroids. Moving her family out when they eventually get back on their feet. Nate Morabito, News Channel 11 in your corner.
Throws, and Corey Russell right here makes a spectacular catch, but the drive stalls. In the second overtime, Jake Blankenship rolls and hits Tate Overbay in the end zone. I think he's the nephew of one of our videographers. For the touchdown, 28-21. Toppers win after picking off the Cyclones in the last play in fuel. Sean Langdon making his first final round appearance of the year. Raced to a 3.838 at 322.19 miles an hour and his red fuel dragster to defeat teammate and 8-time world champion Tony Schumacher.
Some fireworks in this one. Mac McClung driving to the rack and throwing down the one-handed jam. Vikings answering on the other end. Keeson Foster to the hoop for two, but just too much from the high-flying Devils. Zach Irvin the alley, McClung the oop. Gate City taking down Tennessee High 73.
While many come to Dollywood for this type of wild ride, this is the ride that stood the test of time.
Engine number 192, better known as Klondike Katy to the Dollywood fans, is a 1943 Baldwin locomotive that was built for the U.S. Army and went to the White Pass and Yukon Railroad in Alaska.
If Klondike Katy looks familiar,
that's because the twin sister to this engine is actually at Tweetsie Railroad. It's the number 190, better known as the Yukon Queen. They both ran together in Alaska up until the late 50s.
And both were destined for the scrapyard. Until a developer with dreams of theme parks in the Appalachians rescued the trains. The Yukon Queen went to Tweetsie. In 1961, Klondike Katy came to Sevier County to be the featured attraction at the first theme park here, the Rebel Railroad.
This is the original ride here. This is what started the park in 1961.
Next came Gold Rush Junction, then Silver Dollar City. Finally, in 1986, Dollywood opened. and Klondike Katy ran as engine 192.
It kind of takes them back in time to a simpler era.
One of the neatest things about the Dollywood Express is something you don't really get to see. Through the gate here at the Country Fair, you can see just the top of this building. It's the Dollywood Train Shop. It's actually the original theme park maintenance building. And when you go through these doors, it's like going back in time.
We have a machine shop here attached to the train shop, and we're capable of making most anything for the train at any time. We're the only machine here in the park that is completely manually operated. All the other rides have computers to troubleshoot and help the operators. Here, it's all manual labor.
Klondike Katy and her backup engine 70 are unique for another reason. There's steam-fired power to bring all park visitors together.
It's the only attraction here that everybody can ride, any age group, from young infants to our older guests. It's just kind of a trip back in time just for a short period.